Good evening, kids. I am your Sridhar sir, physics lecturer. Today's class we are going to discuss the 4th April shift 1 morning shift JEE Main 2025. The level of paper difficult and lengthy. It happens one or two papers where really students will cry, and there's a such paper where most of students cried. So it's a difficult and lengthy. And there are some 6 questions which are come under category of easy. There are around 11 questions which will come under category of moderate questions are 11. And the tough questions are 8 in number. Usually this typical JEE standards will be 2 or 3, but in this paper almost 8 or 7 we can put it. So this is the basic structure of the physics paper. Then what about sir, like those who are those who attempted this shift one, then sir low score, but it will be high percentile. There will be a moderation also. Then who are preparing for like a 7th and 8th April, these questions will not get repeated. Fine. Then what is the strategy? Read all the theory and recollect all the formulas. That's one standard thing which in almost in all the papers it will be applicable. Maybe out of tough questions 8, maybe 2, 3 you are able to do, maybe 5. 20 are there, 20 questions are manageable. So this should be the strategy should be useful for you. So need not be any panic. Those who are on writing exam on Monday and Tuesday need not be in panic. Revise all the concepts and recollect all the formulas. Okay, then okay, let me start the paper discussion. That's the same question. A real object placed in front of a spherical mirror forms an image whose magnification is -1/3. The distance between the image and object is 30 centimeters. Find the focal length of the mirror. So what is the formula given? M equal to -1/3, which is equal to, and what is the value of M? Definition minus V by U, where V equal to or U equal to 3V. Fine. Next is telling the distance between image and object is 30 centimeter. V minus U equal to 30. We'll substitute the value. We have to calculate the U and V. U will be 3V equal to 30. So minus 2V equal to 30. So V equal to minus 15 centimeter. Then U will be minus 45 centimeter. 1 by V plus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. V value will be minus 15. U value U value is minus 45. We'll solve. So we'll get the focal length of the mirror, which is equal to minus 11.25 centimeter. Okay, this is the one of the sources I got like this. The above question only. Now I'm got in from other source. Okay, it's based on spherical mirror only. So there's a collection is there. And so this is about the problem of the spherical mirror based on the magnification and object distance. So we should predict the focal length of the mirror. Okay, then so we'll take the next question. Okay, this question in second question, chapter based on the rotational motion. Then the idea of rolling on inclined plane we are using it. So here the question is a ring and solid sphere. There's a solid sphere and there's a ring released from rest from same height on the rough inclined plane. Ratio of their speed when they reach bottom of incline. Directly the here what are the forces they'll be acting? The rolling friction. Mg sine theta. Here mg sine theta and the rolling friction. Of course, rolling frictions will be different. They will have different accelerations also. And net work done for pure rolling, as it is a pure rolling. So because of pure rolling, net work done by rolling friction is there. Only gravity does work. So V1, V2 we have to calculate. When they reach the bottom of the incline, we have to calculate the speed. So as the only gravity does work, we'll apply the conservation of mechanical energy. mgh is equal to decrease in gravitational potential is equal to increase in translational kinetic energy plus increase in rotational kinetic energy. As it is a pure rolling, V equal to R omega. Substituting this, mgh equal to mv square by 2 I by 2 v square by r square. We have to calculate expression for v. V will be, let me simplify one more step, equal to 2 mgh, here m plus I r square t square. 2 is taken common and sent to the LHS of the numerator. So then expression for v will be, speed will be 2 mgh r square by mr square plus I, a generalized formula. Now substitute the moment of inertia. For solid sphere, what is the moment of inertia? 2 by 5 mr square. First case, v1 will be 2 mgh r square two by 5 mr square. Okay, mr square will get cancelled out. 5 to the 10 gh by 7. This is the speed of solid sphere. Similarly, for ring, moment of inertia will be mr square only. 2 mgh r square mr square plus mr square will be gh. Ratio of the speed is asking v2 by v1 will be 7 by 10. So in place of x, 10 will be there. You have to, if you remember this formula, okay, directly you can start from here, or else you should derive. It's all, JEE Mains is all about the memory, no? Strong memory is needed, so that you can start with this formula. We'll take the next question. Okay, this question based on the units and dimensions, the concept of EM waves. So if you look at find the dimensions of E by B, where E represents electric field, B represents magnetic field. I think that directly if you go for EM waves, the magnetic field strength and speed of light will be related to electric field by this formula. So C is equal to E by B. C is nothing but speed of light. What is the expression for dimensions of speed? Will be LT minus 1. Okay, this directly the data is there, from there I'm able to recollect it. Or else, no sir, I don't know this EM waves concept. Then electric field vector, how to bring that one, magnetic field vector. Then what to do? You should go back to the dimensions of electric field and magnetic field. From there you should interpret this one. Okay, then directly let me take help of this condition. Okay, this question based on the semiconductor physics. The idea is involved in the logic gates, or the subtopic is logic gates. They're given the Boolean expression y equal to a b complement c plus a complement c can be realized with which of the following gate configuration. Now look at this, a dot b complement c. This we need 3 input AND gate here. Yes. So this 3 input OR gate is ruled out, no? One 3 input AND gate is needed. Fine. Next, afterwards, B complement, A complement, C complement. Individual inputs should be complemented. NOT gate, 3 NOT gates. NOT gates. And next, we have 2 input OR gate. This is 1 input, this 1 input. Here 1 OR gate is there. And these two should be AND. We have to perform the AND operation, and 2 input AND gate. So basically, the condition is like this: A, B, C. So first I'll complement it. Then I will give it to the AND gate. Here I'll get it. Then next, individually this has to be complemented. And similarly the C also should be complemented. Then afterwards both AND gate. And these two should be connected to OR gate. Okay, possible, no? Here A, B complement, here C, C complement, here A complement, here A complement, C complement, here A, B complement C. This will become A, B complement C plus A complement C. So how many are there? Three NOT gates, one AND gate, two input AND gate, three input AND gate, OR gate, this one. I think this is the possible one. Huh? It's a bit tougher, though first time logic gets where you have to really think so much. Huh? We'll take the next question. Okay, this question based on the kinetic theory of gases. rate of collision, rate of collision, and mean free path. Little bit the concept is based on the rate of collision and mean free path. What do you mean by mean free path? The molecule, the distance moved by the molecule without collision, it will move in a straight line. And this mean free path means this distance, the distance moved by the molecule without collision. Between two successive collisions, it move in a straight line. Now, this distances, when you take it mean of this, that will be the mean free path. Usually the symbol will be lambda, which is x1, x2, x3, x4, so on by n. There's a mean free path. Then average speed. Of course, it will move with a difference with the average speed, that one. What is T1? Time interval between successive collisions. Then there's everything, we can write it as like the average speed is equal to the average distance covered between successive collisions, average time between successive collisions. What is T? T again will be T1 plus T2 plus T3, T4 and Tn by n. Okay, now this T, what is the T? Time interval between six successive collisions. Reciprocal of time interval, between successive will become frequency, and there is a frequency of collision. So therefore, what we can write here, F is equal to 1 by T, V by lambda. What is the average speed? 620 into 10 to the power of minus 6. 6 into, this will be 3 into 10 to the power of 7 meter per second. Okay, per second, sorry. These many collisions will take place. Okay, so a little bit, this is the concept, a general idea. I don't think so. It's there in NCERT book, definitely, and in most of the discussions it's available. It's a general discussion. You need not to go for the mean free path derivation, not needed, because it's asking frequency of collision, not number of collisions per unit area per unit time. We should not get confused with that quantity. We'll take the next question. Okay, this question based on the capacitors. Here we are going to discuss about the idea series parallel, capacitors in series parallel. If you see find the equivalent capacitance between A and B, these are the point A and B, we have to calculate. And these are four capacitors are there, wires are connected. If you see this wire, there's a one wire. And next we have this particular wire. Between A and B, we have to, we have to calculate. So this point also will become A, this will become A. And this will become B, this will become B. Only this will make that as X. We'll draw the equivalent circuit. A and this is B. From between A and B, this one capacitor. Between next A and B here, one capacitor. Next between A and X. So X is somewhere point here. Okay, these two capacitors, if you look at these two capacitors, they are here. Now, what is the question asked? He is asking about only between points A and B. So only these two capacitors will add up. So will become how much? They are parallel. The effective capacitance CAB equal to 2C. 2 into 16, 32 microfarad. Redrawing circuit. There's a wire, the blue color wire, this one, redrawing circuit. You have to define the points and you have to connect the capacitors according to this one. Between A and B, this capacitor is there. So A and B one capacitor. Here A and B one capacitor. Between A and X, two capacitors are there. Then series parallel. We'll move to the next question. The question belongs to the alternating current, chapter alternating current. We have to calculate the RMS value of sine or cosine waves. So there's a given equation, we got under root 2 cos omega t. We have to calculate the RMS speed of this particular thing. What is the RMS speed? This is the peak value. Peak value by root 2. This will be under root. Because what is the basic formula for VRMS? Vm by root 2. What is Vm? This quantity is Vm. This is a definition, just simple definition based. Okay. This question belongs to the wave optics based on the YDSC fringe width. According to this, the fringe width formula will be lambda capital D by small d. Small d is what the fringe width. Here it will be like this. Okay, fine. The distance between, if the slit width is doubled, if the slit width is doubled, what will be the effect on the fringe width? And this will be capital D. Here we have the slit width, call this is A. So now there's a light of wavelength lambda is incident. What will be the effect on the fringe width? I think here if the distance between the slits actually. Now if the slit width, what do you mean by slit width? You mean to say this A. Okay, fine. Now this will not affect the fringe width. So what do you mean by fringe? Fringe here, this will be bright band, dark, like this will get it. So the width of the fringes, one fringe width will be this one. This will become one fringe width, one bright and one darker. This W will not change, remains same. If the slit separation doubles, the fringe width will decrease by 50%. Now I'm making things clear. In some of the question, the same question is available. They are saying this particular thing, D, that one. As if the D doubles, this will change. But it's telling if A, if this slit width is different, separation between the slits different. Okay, this A will not have effect on W, but it will become less sharp. If A doubles, fringe pattern will become less sharp. Fringe pattern Let's sharp. Sharp means we'll find very difficult to identify which is a bright and dark fringe. Suppose that there's a dark fringe here. So it's very difficult to identify the bright and dark bands. It's very difficult to identify between the bright and dark bands. This what? If slit separation doubles, then this will change here. W dash equal to lambda by 2D. Will decrease by how much? 50%. It's talking about slit width means A here. So then this should be the option. I think I'm not confusing you. Slit separation different. Slit width is different. Slit separation. This is D. What is D? D will call slits separation. What is A? A is slit width. I think they are different. Okay, no. So the question in some source they were discussing this, some they were discussing this. Okay, I explained both. We'll take the next question. The question based on the chapter question based on the chapter rotation motion. The idea of the torque is there. I think there's a definition torque equal to R cross F. Directly. Fine. So I need to discuss. There's a definition itself. Torque equal to RF or torque equal to RF sine theta. We'll move to the next question. Okay, this is the next question. We have the question based on the chapter waves and sound related to speed of sound in the gases. Longitudinal sound waves travel in three different gases, namely helium, methane, and carbon dioxide. What is the expression? Mean temperature of three gases are equal, temperature is same. Then the ratio speed of waves in three gases respectively. Okay, directly speed of sound in any gaseous medium is given by this one. It was asking the ratio. We'll call this is 1, 2, and symbol 3. V1. So I think the completely the ratio will be gamma 1 m01, gamma 2 m02, gamma 3 m03. So this ratio will be gamma for helium. Helium is a monoatomic gas. This will be mono. So what is this will be gamma for E will be 5 by 3. Molecular mass will be 4. Gamma for methane will be 4 by 3 and molecular mass is 16. Carbon dioxide will be diatomic 7 by 5. Molecular mass will be 44. So solving this, we'll get this required option. A little bit, I think, from chemistry data, you should gather this one regarding the methane, because carbon dioxide, we know, it's like a diatomic gas. It's a linear diatomic gas. So linear polyatomic it is. Carbon dioxide, it is a linear polyatomic. So though it's a polyatomic, but it's other. This one degree of freedom will be 5 only. So therefore the gamma will be 7 by 5. This is a basic idea. So there's a formula what you should know. A little bit, I think that's regarding the methane is what this information is needed. Okay, sir, what about the methane? Okay, methane is a polyatomic. This is a polyatomic. So it will have the total degree of freedom 3 translational, 3 rotational. Total will be 6. Okay, fine. So CV equal to FR by 2. 6 into R by 2 will be 3R. What is CP? CP is equal to CV plus R. 3R plus R will be 4R. So therefore gamma for methane will be Cp by Cv 4 by 3. Is it okay? Justified? Huh? I know a little bit chemistry. With that I'm managing here. There's a methane. No? CH4 is a methane and it's a polyatomic. I think based on the chemistry data idea is what you should work out here. It will have 3 translational, 3 rotational. What about the carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide will be carbon, this oxygen. So it's like a linear polyatomic. How many degrees of freedom? 3 translational, 2 rotational. So it will be similar to diatomic. So total number of degree of freedom will be Ft plus F3 will be 3 plus 2 will be 5. So Cv will be 5R by 2. Cp will be 7R by 2. This is about the carbon. Now we'll take the next question. Okay, kids, this question based on the electromagnetic induction, the concept of motion EMF. Rods of equal length are joined, 4 rods actually. 4 rods of equal length are joined. Action combined system is moving with speed 10 meters in perpendicular magnetic field of 1 by root 2 Tesla. Find EMF between points P and Q. This is a rod 1, rod 2, rod 3, rod 4. The angle between them is 90 degree. A rough diagram I'll put it. So actually it is like this. This is one rod. These are the rods. Now this angle 45 degree, 45 degree. This is L, this L. We have to calculate the EMF between P and Q. And it is moving with a speed V. So what is the effective length? No EMF induced in the rod, in this rod. Only the effective length will be this length only. So this length will calculate. Call Y. So what is Y should be equal to? L sine 45, L sine 45, 2L by root 2 or L root 2. Then what is the EMF induced? BLY. B, so BVL. BVY. This everything will behave like a one effective rod like this only. This everything will behave like a one effective rod. What is the length of the rod? Y only. So B V Y. What is Y equal to? Y equal to L root 2. B V L root 2. B value of B is how much? 1 by root 2. Speed is 10. Length is 10 centimeters. 0.1 into root 2 will be 1 volt. Effective length you have to take it. Even if the rod is of any shape. Effective length will be only L or say Y. So EMF induced in all these 3 rods will be BVY. We should bother about only effective length. I'll move to the next question. Okay, this is this question based on the for the chapter waves and sound and resonance air column experiment or nothing but like a closed end organ pipe. The idea of closed end organ pipe is needed. Now, what was the frequency earlier? F equal to V by 4L. Now, 1/5 is filled with water. Then how much remaining? 4L by 5 will be left over. V equal to 4L by 5. Five by 4, V by 4L. Okay, earlier, this is F naught. We'll assume that one. The percentage change in frequency is asking. The new one is this one. I'll modify it. F is equal to the new, because we are, well, earlier it was F naught V by 4L. Now the new frequency will be 4L. The effective length of this closed end organ pipe will be 4L by 5. This will become closed end. This will be open end. This is the closed. Now the closed end will be this one, and this is the open end. Okay, this will become 5F0 by 4. Percentage change is asking. So this will be equal to F0. So it will be like a F minus F0 by F0. 5F0 by 4 minus F0 by F0. So this will be 1 by 4. 0.25 multiply with 100, 25%. Small idea. I'll move to the next question. Okay, this question belongs to the rotation motion concept of angular momentum. Now let me read the question. L and P bar are angular momentum about origin and lean into particle. If position vector of particle is A sine omega t I cap cos omega t, then the direction of force. What actually it is like, it's asking about the force, how the force vector will be there. Now what is this basically position vector? What it represents? This represents circular motion. There's a formula for circular motion. About the origin, it's moving in a circular path. Okay, look at this equation. This equation represents the circular motion of the particle. The particle is moving in circular path. Then the position vector is given by this formula. Then it moves with a constant speed. So how you can say that one? You see like it will have the radius. This will be r cap actually. The radius will be a equal to the radius of this will become equal to a. You take the magnitude of this. How much will be? Sine square omega t plus cos square omega t will be 1. So r equal to a. It is going to move in a circular path of radius a. Differentiate this. Then it's asking about the force vector, how it will be directed. Now we'll differentiate this one. dr by dt. We'll get the velocity vector, which will be a omega cos omega t I cap minus sine omega t g cap. The acceleration a not alright because a the symbol is there. A omega square minus sine omega t I cap minus cos omega t j cap. A not equal to, this will be minus sign if you bring common, so this will become minus omega square r bar. So how the a naught vector? A naught vector will be directed this one. So based on that a naught vector, and what is the speed of the particle will be constant. It's going to move in a circular path with a constant speed. It will have only centripetal acceleration. Then what is the centripetal force? Fn. Centripetal force Fn should be equal to ma naught, which is equal to m. This much a naught is this one, r bar. Okay, now how then? So okay, sir. What about the momentum vector? Momentum vector will be like this: tangential, parallel to the because p bar equal to mv bar. Angular momentum particle moves like this. How the angular momentum will be along z-axis? The angular momentum is along z-axis. How much it will be? mv into a k cap. Okay, now how the force vector will be? Force vector will be opposite to r cap. L bar is along z-axis. This is the velocity. So which option now we have to pick up? So this P bar and this L bar. Okay, we'll do one thing opposite to, then the direction of force is asking, no? P bar cross, okay, one by one we'll check it. The direction of force L bar cross R cap will not be not possible. No? This is not possible. It should be then it should be perpendicular to plane containing L bar and R cap. Not possible. Opposite to P bar cross R cap. P bar cross R cap. No, it will be along negative Z axis. Ruled out. Opposite to L bar dot R bar. So I think it's a force. Not possible. No, along this direction. Okay, no, opposite to P bar cross L bar. Momentum vector is this one. And L bar vector is along Z axis. Z axis will be when particle is here, we'll do one thing. When particle is here, it will have velocity v like this. This is L bar. Then the force will be acting downward. I think justified. I'm just taking because L bar will be along Z axis, V bar along negative X axis. I think this will satisfy. Direction of velocity will be the direction of momentum. Once again, I am putting it that one. The direction of velocity will be the direction of momentum. P bar is along negative X axis. L bar will be all the time will be along positive Z axis. So now it will be like a minus J cross. So minus I cap cross K cap. K cross I will be J, will be minus J. So fine. So this will be opposite to P bar cross L bar. This is an option. Huh? Okay, little bit trickier this question. We'll move to the next one. Okay, this question based on the dual nature of matter and radiation, the concept of radiation pressure we'll be discussing. So now there will be a small amount of mass is suspended to a fixed point with an ideal string of length L. A photon of energy E incident normally on the mirror. There is a photon is incident. Find the maximum angular deviation of the mirror. So when this photon strikes, will be reflected back. This is the mirror. The photon will be reflected back. So what is the change in momentum of the photon? What is the formula for the what is the E is the energy of the photon? Energy by speed of the light will be the momentum, the formula. So the change in momentum of photon, delta phi of the photon, it should be equal to 2 times of E by C. This is the expression. E by C is the momentum of the photon. Because what is the expression for momentum of photon? H by lambda. Momentum of photon is H by lambda. In terms of energy, we can write E by C. Okay, done. I think some basics everyone should know. Okay, sir, not understanding anything. Please explain clearly. So we'll do one thing. Momentum, how you write? Mass into velocity. Mass. Okay, this will be or m into c. Energy, kinetic energy equal to mc square by 2. Here one m one mc, what we can write here, 2e by c. This one here only. So this I'll write it. So this will become 2e by c. So this is expression for momentum. Okay, let's strike normally the mirror. So the change in momentum of the mirror will be 2e by c. So the mirror will acquire this momentum, or the momentum of photon, that will be the momentum of the mirror. So therefore this will projected with a velocity v after striking, then will get deflected. It will have the deflection phi. Then the kinetic energy mv square by 2 should be equal to mgl 1 minus cos phi. What is the kinetic energy? The kinetic energy should be equal to momentum p square by 2m. So mgl 1 minus cos phi. 1 minus cos phi we can write it as 2 sine square phi by 2. Momentum we can write it as 2e by c. 2e square by c whole square by 2m equal to mgl sine square phi by 2. Okay, this everything will become here 4. Okay, this will cancel out. E square m square c square will be gl. Theta will be very small, so we can write it as pi square by 2 only. So pi is equal to 2 e square m square c square gl. I think one root gl will be there. mgl, why this 2 should not be there, no? Here 1 2 will come. We'll cancel out this. Yeah, it will be like root 2 4 it should be 2e. I think key here twice the momentum. Change in momentum will be twice, no? Will be reflected back. A photon reflected will be 4e will change in momentum will be 2 times of p will be 4e by 6. Delta p square will assume like this, 16 will be 4. Yeah. Four will come, 16, this will be 4. Sine square 5 by 2, very small value it will be. I think this let it be 2e by c. Change in momentum. Let me not change that one because it will be absorbed. It's what the condition not given clearly here. Let it be 2 only. This expansion of sine square pi by 2. Expansion of sine square pi by 2, from there we'll get here, this will be 2, we'll end up this one. Expansion of sine square pi by 2 will be pi square by 4. Okay, here 1 2 will get eliminated. Okay, then fine, it will be, then if you take common, 2e by mc root gl. No much information. I'm assuming that the photon will be absorbed. Mirror absorbs photon. Based on this is what I'm able to get this key. We'll move to the next question. Okay, kids, this question is based on the oscillations, SHM, the idea of the simple pendulum. Two simple pendulum with amplitude theta 1, theta 2 have lengths of strings L1, L2 respectively. Choose the correct options if the maximum angular accelerations are same. Now we know the acceleration will be proportional to angular displacement. Similarly, alpha 2 equal to minus omega 2 square theta 2. This is the angular frequency, not angular velocity. These two are equal. So omega 1 square theta 1 equal to omega 2 square theta 2. What is omega 1? Omega 1 will be G by L1, G by L2, because time period of pendulum is given by 2 pi L by G. Then omega will define it as 2 pi by T. So where all omega is there, angular frequency should be G by L. So this will become L2 theta 1 equal to L1 theta 2. And just small idea of the simple pendulum. We'll move to the next question. Okay, this question based on the Gauss law and electric field due to electric field EE due to sheets and sphere. Electric field due to the charged sheet and charged sphere. Here you can see the sphere. We are having a charged sphere of volume charge density rho, and these are the sheets. Now he's asking about the only comparison, not value. So this distance you can call x1, this as x2. So definitely the field strength, it will produce field in this direction. Call E. This will produce field E like this. So the net field at point A will be only due to this sphere. The field at point A due to this sheet and this sheet will cancel out. So the resultant field only will be due to the sphere. And we know the electric field due to the sphere will be kq by x square. So x2 greater than x1. So therefore E2 EB less than EA. Or EA greater than EB. This is ruled out. EA not equal to, okay, among these two. Next again, regarding the field strength at C and D. The point D and the point C, look at the sphere now. It will produce more field at D than C because the field strength at D due to this line of force will add up. Due to this sphere, it will be in this direction. Field strength at C due to this line of force, they will add up, but the due to sphere will be less. So EC will be less than ED. So EC not equal to ED. These two are ruled out. So we'll pick up only this option. Electric field due to sheet formula will be sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Electric field due to the sphere is this one. Due to the sphere, due to the sheet, E dash, call E dash. Now once again I'll make it clear. The electric field at point A will be only due to the sphere. The resultant will be only due to sphere at A and B. So therefore we'll conclude here. Whereas at D it will be due to both the sheets as well as sphere. Due to sheets will add up. So I'll write down the equation. The electric field at D is given by E dash plus E dash plus KQ x D square, or x3 will write it. The electric field at C will be E dash KQ by x to power okay, you know all the things. X3 will be less than x4. So definitely ED will be greater than EC. A very good question. Huh? This question based on the laws of motion related to tension in string. A block of mkg is connected to two strings as shown. Okay, there's a block. Here there's a tension like a theta 1 theta 2 angles, T1 equal to root 3 T2, then choose the correct option. So what are the tensions? This will be the tension T1, T2, this will be theta 1, this will be theta 2. What is the basic idea? This is an equilibrium. Huh? So T1 cos theta 1 equal to T2 cos theta 2. T1 equal to root 3 T2. Root 3 T2 cos theta 1 equal to T2 cos theta 2. Okay, this is a one equation. Huh? Then along y-axis, T1 sin theta 1, T2 sin theta 2 equal to mg. T1 equal to root 3 T2 or T2 equal to T1 root 3. Okay, now make a guess. What are the possible values? This will satisfy your theta 1 60 degrees. Theta 2 will be 30 degrees. If theta 1 30 degrees, theta 2 will not satisfy this. Then T2, T1 also should satisfy here. We'll move to the next question. Question based on the photoelectric effect related to photocurrent and intensity and the stopping potential. I think the basic curves you'll be having the idea. And these are some curves I'm drawing it. This will be the expression for current. This is the expression for voltage. These are for intensities. I1, I2. This is stopping potential. Stopping potential depends on the frequency. If you change the intensity, number of photons will change, the energy of photon will not change, so the stopping potential will remain same. K max equal to HF minus work function. K max equal to EVS. Okay, stopping potential depends on frequency, doesn't depend on the intensity. As you change the intensity, the saturation current will change, but the stopping potential will be same. So this is a wrong thing. Increase intensity results in increment of photocurrent. As you increase the intensity, photocurrent will increase. If you increase intensity, number of photons will increase. More number of photoelectrons will ejected. More current will flow. So this is correct. The basic definition of the photoelectric effect being asked here. The question belongs to the chapter gravitation. The idea of potential is being asked. Let me read the assertion. The minimum kinetic energy required to take a body of mass m from surface of Earth to infinity is mgr. I think this is the body having radius Earth, this is Earth, and it has to be taken to the infinity. At infinity, what is the potential energy? Gravitational force will be 0. Then work done should be equal to mgr. Work done by experiment in moving from A to B should be equal to mass into VB minus VA. Potential here 0. Potential on the surface will be minus ME by R. So this will become GMEMR. G1R, I'll adjust it here. This will become G. I'll do one thing. GME R square will become GRM or MGR. There's a formula. Work done to move this object from the surface of the earth to till infinity here. Like this you should think here. Okay, this assertion is correct. What about the reason? Potential is surface of earth is 0. Need not, no. We are assuming it should be 0, not a condition. Is telling. May, okay, fine. May means we would have taken the reason correct, but it's telling is. So therefore, this is wrong. you will pick up this. Because of its may means then you have to pick up like a correct, and R is the correct expression of A. One will come. If it is instead of is, if it is where may, then you have to pick up the option one. A really good question, huh? Paper, it's really tough. I am concluding on this question based on the chapter electrostatics. Torque on a electric dipole kept in electric field. And there is a sheet, charges sheet, which will produce the uniform electric field. In that uniform electric field, we kept this electric dipole. So we have the electrostatic field. This electrostatic field, I am showing it here. Okay, no confusion. So here, this is the electric field. Then what is the formula? Torque equal to P bar cross E bar. So PE sine theta. This torque is being asked. No, we don't know dipole, electric dipole moment. What is the electric dipole moment? 2 microcoulomb into 20 centimeter. 2 into 10 to power of minus 6 into 20 centimeter. Electric field strength. Charge density is he has given. So we'll convert this into meter, 0.2. Dipole moment minus plus is telling this is 20 centimeter minus 20 micro. This charge is plus 20 micro. Okay. Then the dipole moment is how much? 20 micro into 20 cent. 20 centimeters what? 0.2 meter. Electric field strength. What is the electric field strength formula? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Surface charge density 100 coulomb by this 2 epsilon naught will be 50 by epsilon naught. Then sine theta, angle between them, root 3 by 2. Sine theta, 30 degree, 1 by 2, only 1 by 2. So 0.2, 10 to the power of minus 6 will come. Here 200 will be 1 into 10 into this one. So we'll get this option. This okay, this formula. You should remember this formula, P sine theta. This assumption you should have done. We'll move to the next question. Okay, this is the last question. So the question based on the elasticity and the shearing stress and rigidity modulus concept. I'll apply a force. Let the area of cross section and also the deformations are identical cross section. Area of cross section, this is A. Area of cross section of this also A. Then we'll define the rigidity modulus as shearing stress or tangential stress by shearing strain. I'll define clearly. Rigidity modulus equal to shearing stress by shearing strain. The symbol will be like this. Shearing strain is theta. Tan theta will be theta. This will become F by tangential force per unit area. There's a force is applied on the upper face, and this upper face will undergo deformation. Actually, it will be like this. When you apply this force, it will undergo deformation. Now looking at this below diagram, little bit you can recollect things. When you apply force like this will be H. Tangential force is applied here. The different plates will undergo different displacements here. So this is a rigidity modulus here. Then F by A is same. So therefore the rigidity modulus will be F by A will be same. Same shearing stress is applied here. But the shearing strengths are different. So therefore the rigidity modulus will be different. Of box 1 given how much? This is eta 1. We have to calculate for the box 2. So from this eta 1 theta 1 equal to eta 2 theta 2. Eta 1 is how much? 4 into 10 to the power of 9. Theta 1 equal to theta 2. So this will become 18 to 10 to the power of 9. And this will be your answer. This is a basic diagram. Huh? Okay kids, you have seen the paper. It was really very lengthy. The questions also some 7-8 questions which are of 4-5-6 lines are where you have to read, understand, diagrams are there, solve it. The paper will come the tough and it's very lengthy also. Fine. So definitely your score will be very low and you are going to get good percentile. Moderation will be there. And the coming 7th, 8th also little bit be alert. A question paper can be of this kind will also come. You should be very good in the basics here. Only thing the language issues will come. You should read properly the question and relate to the chapter. Like every question, I brought the chapter. Then what is the idea involved? Like this, you start thinking. The moment you read question, okay, what chapter, what idea involved, what formula is involved. Then read the question. Okay, what is the then when you read the question, grasp trying to the idea. Okay, what can be the idea involved? What formula I should use? Then how to find out the unknown thing. This everything fast thinking you have to do. For this you need concept clarity. Concept clarity will come by reading and revising formulas. So any paper, whether easy, moderate or difficult, there will be around 18 questions which you can solve very easily. And to solve these 18 questions, read concepts, revise all the formulas. There will be enough. Little bit difficulty level, the more problems if you have solved, the difficult questions you can manage comfortably. And there's one basic methodology of the JEE Mains. So I'll end up the paper discussion. For those who are writing the 7th and 8th paper, all the best. You have plenty of time. Saturday, Sunday, please do revise. Please read it. Nothing, no need of panic. Just start reading. Just plain reading. Keep on read. Remember formulas. Okay, kids, thank you very much. Thank you for the great support. I'll end up the class. Good evening, kids. I'm your Sridhar sir, Physics faculty. Today we are going to discuss the 4th April shift to evening JEE Mains 2025. Paper moderate and lengthier, or you can call easy and lengthy also. There are some easy questions 12 are there, then moderate questions around 10, and difficult questions are 3. But it's lengthy. I have to do the calculations, everything that one. In that sense, it's lengthy. Conceptually, it's not like a difficult. Conceptually, it is easy. Calculation wise, it's a lengthy that one. So you can see that the different types of questions what we got, I think it's a composition of some very easy formula based, moderate, lengthy calculation. There's a moderate and lengthy calculation. I think the 4th April really the first paper and second paper, they are the troublesome papers. So definitely the if you go for the January, so like if you go for the Monday, Tuesday, will be relaxed one. They can't go for this much of moderate and lengthy paper. Those who are writing on the Monday, Tuesday, most probably, I'm guessing that it will be easy and formula based. So once again, read all the concepts, what all possible things, read, revise all, recollect all the formulas. They are going to help you lot in exam. This is the thing which will help you a lot in exams. You read it, revise it, much all possible. You have one shot videos are there, conceptual videos are there, theoretical videos are there. So many teachers are putting so much of information in the YouTube channels, YouTube app, website. Why don't you use them, study them, learn it, right? Practice, formulas, everything. So definitely all these things will be multiplying factor. So without any hard work and you are expecting some result, not possible. There's a wrong approach. Change your attitude. Start preparing. Hmm? Okay, we'll start the uh, paper solving. Hmm? Okay, this question belongs to the chapter ray optics. And the idea involved is plane and convex mirror. Both things are present. How the image formation. An object is placed at a distance of 30 centimeters in front of a convex mirror of focal length 30 centimeters. Now, if a plane mirror is placed between convex mirror and the object, such that the images from the two mirrors coincide with the distance between two mirrors is x, then find the value of x. So now first the object is kept, it will form the image here, I1. So we'll use the formula 1 by PI1 minus PO plus PF. This will be PI1 minus 30 plus 30. 2 by 30. So PI1 will be 15 centimeter. So this will be 15 centimeter. Okay, fine. Now, where the distance between the images, this x is what being asked. We have to calculate. Now, what is this length will be? 30 minus x. Now, this total length, this should be equal to 30 minus x. Then now the final image, both will merge. Because object distance, this will become object distance for the plane mirror. This should be the image distance. So now 15 plus x should be equal to 30 minus x. 15 plus x should be equal to 30 minus x. So 2x equal to 15, x equal to 7.5 centimeter. Okay, the diagram should be like this. Huh? Only half of the plane mirror should be there. It should not be full plane mirror. It should be the value of x. It should be 7.5 centimeter. We'll take the next question. Okay, kids, this question based on the current density topic. The topic based on the current density. Current density. Resistors in series and parallel. If resistors R1, R2 is equal to 5 ohm, these are 5 ohm, and this is 10 ohm. Then which circuit will give the equivalent resistance 6 ohm? Okay, we'll start from here. R1, R2, 5 ohm will be 5 by 2. 5 by 2 parallel to the, here 5 ohm will be there, R3. So this will be 5, 5, and this is 10. So this will be 5 by 2. 10 into 5 by 2. 25. 25 by 12.5. 2 plus 5, this will be 7 ohm effective. This circuit will check it. R2, R3, R1, R1, R2, R3, they're all parallel 5 by 3. R4 is how much? 10 ohm. 10 ohm plus 5 by 3. I think this will be 10 ohm plus 5 by 3 will be 35 by 3 it will come. Will be around 11.7 ohm. So these are ruled out. Now come for this. R4, R4, this is 10, this is 5. This is 5. So 10 ohm parallel to this will be 5 ohm. 5 ohm plus 5 ohm, this will be 10 ohm. But what is the effective resistance? 6 ohm needed. Okay, now you can get this one. 5 by 3 parallel to 10 ohm. Sorry, 15, 5, 5, 5, 15, 15 parallel to 10 ohm. 15 into 10 by 15 plus 10. 150 by 25. 6 ohm. Okay, this is the your circuit. A simple series parallel, very very important. Those who are writing the 7th and April, revise this series parallel. Almost every time they've asked. Okay. Okay, this question based on the current LCT. Bulbs in series parallel. What's a bulbs in series here? Hmm? N identical bulbs each takes power P when connected with main supply. If these bulbs are connected in series with the main supply, then power will be. So this our entire question is like each bulb, the power of this is P. Each takes power P when connected with main supply. Hmm? Okay, this is connected across the main supply. It will have the voltage V. Then the what is the resistance? Resistance will be power equal to V square by R equal to V square by P. Now if these bulbs, if they are connected in series, N bulbs, like this, there are N number of bulbs. All will have resistance R. They are connected. All they are in series. Then what is the expression for I? I is equal to E by N resistors are there. And the total EMF, the same EMF, we applied it. Okay, now what is the total power supplied? Power supplied is equal to V into I. Power supplied by the cell. Then power will be power supplied by the cell. This should be equal to V into I. V, what is I equal to? V into NR. So V square by NR. What is V square by R? Is P. So P by N. So then power supplied, power of cell will be, power of supply will be, it should be like that. Okay, this is also very important, bulb series parallel or nothing but resistors in series parallel. Now we'll move to the next question. Okay, this question is based on the chapter alternating current, and the idea involved is RL circuit. Here we have the inductor, resistor, it is connected to AC source. Let me read the question. An AC source of 100 pi volt is connected to the given circuit. Find maximum value of the current in the circuit. Okay, how to do this one? So he's asking about the maximum current. So whenever an AC source of 100 pi volt is connected to the given circuit, when they mention 100 pi volt, what it is actually? It is a RMS value. Okay, fine. This is the RMS value. Whenever they mention for AC source, it's RMS value. Then what is the peak value of it? 100 by pi root 2. 100 pi root 2, that will be the peak value. Okay, now we have to calculate the maximum current. Here the inductance XL, this will be resistance R. Then the impedance of the circuit will be R square plus XL square. R square, this will be omega L whole square. R square, 100 pi whole square. Omega will be 50 Hz. Omega will be 2 pi F. 100 pi. L value will be 1. So this will be, I think, 100 pi root 2. Okay, this is the impedance value. Then the maximum current is equal to maximum applied voltage by impedance. What is the VRMS? Here VRMS is how much? RMS value is 100 pi. Then VRMS, how you define Vm by pi? So sorry, Vm by root 2. So the peak value will be 100 pi root 2. 100 pi root 2. When the maximum value of the current in the circuit, this will be 100 pi root 2, this will cancel out, this will become 1 ampere. Now the key correction, I'll make it 1 ampere. This was something they have typed it to, but it should be 1 ampere. So whenever they mention the AC voltage, it will be RMS. This is a convention. This will be RMS, this will be frequency. This will be an AC, this will be RMS value. This idea you have to remember. This question belongs to the chapter semiconductor physics. The idea involved is p-type and n-type semiconductor. So what is the p-type, n-type? To increase the conductivity, we do the doping. Doping means the addition of impurity of atoms. So choose the incorrect statement. Incorrect. In n-type, pentavalent impurities are present. As in fact, what is n-type? Where the pentavalent impurities are added, it will become n-type semiconductor. Then, what is the p-type semiconductor? Trivalent impurities are added. To pure semiconductor, it becomes p-type semiconductor. So this is a correct statement. This statement will be correct. This will be correct. In n-type semiconductor, all are majority charge carriers. Wrong statement. In n-type semiconductor, electrons are majority carriers. In p-type, all are majority carriers. In p-type semiconductor, all are majority carriers. This is a correct statement. We'll pick up the key 3. Simple theory based. This question based on moving charges and magnetism, and F equal to QVB, the magnetic force acting on moving charge in a magnetic field. If a charge particle is projected in uniform magnetic field perpendicular to velocity, then the minimum time in which it returns to its original position. So here there is an electron. So applying the Fleming's left-hand rule, the magnetic field out of the plane, the velocity, the force, magnetic force will be acting in this direction. Then this magnetic force will provide required centripetal force. This should be equal to QVB, where R equal to mv by qb. Then the time period is given by 2 pi rv. 2 pi v. R is mv by qb. So 2 pi m by qb. What is R? 2 pi r. Time taken to complete one revolution. How much of distance it will cover? 2 pi r. With what? The speed remains constant. So this is the formula. There's a simple definition, you might have learned it. In exam, if you remember, directly you can pick up option. No need to solve like this. The circular disc is performing pure rolling. Its speed of the top point is 8 meters. Find the speed of point B. So this chapter belongs to the rotation motion. Here we are discussing the velocity pure rolling. The concept of velocity pure rolling. Here the disc is having pure rolling. The topmost point is 8 meters per second. Then we know from the pure rolling concept, it will have the velocity of center of mass and angular velocity. The radius is r. Then for pure rolling, Vc equal to r omega c. Then what is the velocity of topmost point? 2 Vc, 8, 2 Vc. Velocity of center of mass will be 4 meters per second. Velocity of center of mass. Then what is the angular velocity? Angular velocity is Vc by r, 4 by r. Then the velocity of point B. Velocity of point B will be r by 2 omega c plus Vc. So the velocity of point B will be Vc plus r omega c by 2. What is the velocity of center of mass? Velocity of center of mass is 4. R omega c. R omega c is equal to 4. This will be 4 by 2. This will be 6 meter per second. A given point will have both. This will be due to translative motion. This is due to rotative motion. Pure rolling. Okay, the chapter, the question belongs to the chapter capacitors. Series parallel idea. The idea of the series parallel will be applied in this particular problem. The equivalent capacitance between the points C and B. So here three capacitors are there of capacitance C1, C2 and C3. We have to find out the equivalent capacitance between the points A and B. So how these two capacitors are series and that effective is in parallel. So the formula will be equivalent capacitance will be C1 C2 by C1 plus C2 C3. Because these two are in series, the effective is in parallel. Formula will be so C1, C2, C1, C3, C2. Already is there, no? There's the one option. Okay, fine. So this is the simple method. Okay, this chapter, this question belongs to the chapter gravitation. And the idea of binding energy is involved in this particular problem. A particle of mass m is at distance 3r from the center of the earth. Find the minimum kinetic energy of the particle to leave Earth's field. So with what kinetic energy it should be projected so that it will escape to infinity. The same particle should be at infinity. And there's a particle of mass m, mass of the earth me, and this will be 2r, this radius will be r. Finally, the particle should come to rest here. We'll apply the conservation of mechanical energy between 1 and 2. Then kinetic energy at 1 plus potential energy at 1 equal to kinetic energy at 2, potential energy at 2. Kinetic energy at 1 mve square. Interaction potential energy at 1. When particle is at 1, you have to calculate interaction potential energy. For that, what is the interaction potential energy will be GME 3Rm equal to kinetic energy at 2, particle will be at rest. What is the interaction potential energy? There will be 0. Then m will get cancelled out. So the escape speed will be GME to GME by 3R. Or 2 GME R square into R. So GME R square will become 2GR by 3. So this is the interaction potential energy. So if you project the particle with this much of speed from the point 1, it will escape to infinity. Find the minimum kinetic energy of the particle to leave. So there's the thing. So kinetic energy will be mg by r. So this is speed, no? So the kinetic, I think it's this only is being asked. Mg by 3r. Escape speed will be this much. Okay, I'll do one thing. Substitute this. Two GR by 3 whole square. So this will become mgr by 3. He is asked about this kinetic energy. If they ask you escape velocity, this is the formula. Fine, able to understand? This question is based on the chapter wave optics, and the idea involved is YDAC and diffraction. In a YDAC setup, the slits are separated by 1.5 millimeter. The value of this we know. d equal to 1.5 millimeter, and the distance between slit and screen is 2 meter. On using light of wavelength, so we are going to use the light of wavelength. Wavelength lambda will be 400 nanometer. It is observed that 20 maximas of double slit experiment lie inside the central maximum of single slit diffraction. This is the central maximum. This is the central maxima. Okay, fine. No, 20 maxims. What is the width of this central maxima? Is given by 2 lambda. This distance will be capital D by A. So this is the width of central maxima. Width of central maxima. In this, how many maximas of YDS will be there? 20. So 20 maximas lambda small d should be equal to L. Substituting this, 20 lambda capital D by small d is equal to 2 lambda capital D by A. So he's asking the width of each slit, this A only, this one. So lambda D will get cancelled out. A equal to 10 by D. A equal to D by 10. Okay, this will be 150. Very good problem. Just the basic formulas of the YDS and diffraction you should recollect. This question based on the chapter work, energy, power. The idea of work done by a constant force applied at an angle. Applied at an angle on the block. A block of mass 25 kg pulled along a horizontal surface by a force at an angle 45 degree. The friction coefficient between the block and the surface is 0.25. The block travels with a constant speed v. The force will be acting like this only. We are not going to change the direction of force. Then these are the forces that will be acting. Then the block travels between the work done by the applied force during a displacement of 5 meters on the block. So how much of work we should do? I should do work to overcome the friction. So we'll calculate the value of friction. Component of this force will act. How much along vertically? F sine 45 degree. Here F cos 45 degree. Then N plus F sine theta equal to mg. Value of F. We don't know. Let it be. Mg minus F sine theta. M is how much? 25. 250 F sine 45 by root 2. Then the friction force should balance F cos 45. F equal to mu n. F value we don't know. F by root 2. Mu is how much? 0.25. N will be 250 minus F by root 2 equal to F by root 2. We have to calculate this one. So this will become 1 by 4. 250 root 2 minus F equal to 4F. 250 root 2 equal to 5F. F equal to 50 root 2 Newton. Work done equal to F cos 45. F cos 45 into distance. F value 50 root 2. Cos 45 1 by root 2, and this is 5. 250 joule. There's a basic concept thinking. Okay, we'll move to the next problem. This question based on the electrostatics. E bar due to the arc. E bar due to charged arc. A ring is uniformly charged as shown. AC and BD are two mutually perpendicular diameters. Electric field due to arc AB at O is E in magnitude. What would be the magnitude of electric field at O due to the arc ABC? Due to the arc ABC, how much it is? Okay, fine. Now, the electric field due to this is E. Now, due to this arc, it will be E. Due to this quarter circular arc, it will be E. And this will be 45 degree. This will be 45 degree. And the net field at point 2 will be 2E cos 45 degree. Will be root 2E. No need of calculation. Already you know. Due to this arc is E. Due to this arc is the E bar vector will be in this direction. Due to the lower arc, the E bar will be in this direction. The resultant electric will be towards left. This what? Okay. This question belongs to the chapter waves and sound. And the idea involved is the wave equation, displacement wave equation. Displacement of a wave is expressed as xt equal to 5 cos 628 t plus pi by 2 meter. The wavelength of wave when its velocity is 300 meter per second. It's asking the wavelength. So what is this equation? This will be x2 equal to a cos omega t plus kx. Here x is missing. Omega will be 628. K will be pi by 2. It's asking to get the wavelength. What is the wavelength? Wavelength equal to 2 pi by lambda. Wavelength is 2 pi by lambda. K value is pi by 2. Lambda is 4 meter. And this should be 4. Okay, there's a basic method. This question belongs to the chapter thermodynamics. And the idea involved is about the basic process, definitions. You have to match the column. There's a process and there's about the delta Q. What is a delta Q? Heat exchange. And there's a process. In adiabatic process, no heat exchange. So adiabatic process, no heat exchange. Next year, in isothermal process, or say isobaric process. In isobaric process, it should be equal to n gamma r gamma minus 1 delta t. Definitions itself, no need to this one directly, the definitions itself. Then in isochoric process, delta U, isochoric process Q equal to delta U, nr delta T gamma minus 1. The remaining isothermal nRT log P1, P2. Okay, this will be your option. Directly the definitions of thermodynamics. Very easy question. So that's why I suggest you start reading. Don't believe in anything. Just plain reading. You have to read. Unless you don't read the syllabus, not possible. This question based on the polarization. And the idea involved is polarizer and as a Malus law. Two polarized P1 and 2 are aligned in such a way that intensity is 0. So what is the angle between them will be 90 degree. P1 will be perpendicular to P2. Therefore, there is no light. Then P3 polarizer is inserted here. Between P1 and P2 so that final transmitted ray will have maximum intensity. So what is the intensity at this point? It will be I naught cos square theta 1. Then what is the intensity of this will be I naught cos square theta 1 cos square theta 2, because the polarizer P2 will make an angle theta 2 with the P3. P3 will make an angle theta 1 with the P1. So this is a Mallet's law. Fine. Next, after this, then what is theta 1 plus theta 2 should be equal to 90 degree, because P2 and P1, P2 are perpendicular. So therefore here it should be 90 degree. And this should be the maximum. Maximum should be equal to I naught. I equal to I naught. So substitute these values, we'll get the angle between P1 and P3. Theta 1, theta 2 will be pi by 4. Okay, this will be your answer. We have to use these two equations. And I equal to I naught. This is based on the Mallet's law. Okay, this question belongs to chapter EM waves. Speed of EM waves in a free space and in any medium. Then what is the expression for this? E is equal to 1 by mu into epsilon. Mu into permittivity. So this will become mu naught mu r epsilon naught epsilon naught. So this will become C by mu r epsilon r, where C is equal to 1 by root of mu naught epsilon naught. Okay, substituting these values, solving, we'll get the speed of, find the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the medium. V by C is equal to now 1 by mu r by epsilon r. So mu r value, epsilon r value, we know it, substitute, we'll get this particular condition. This question based on the atoms and also the dimensional analysis. Given below are two statements, one is labeled as assertion, other is labeled as reason. Assertion, Planck's constant and linear momentum have same dimension. Both angular momentum is integral multiples of h by 2 pi. This is true. What about the Planck's constant linear momentum? I have same dimensions. E equal to hf. Dimensions of energy, m1 L square T minus 2. Dimensions of h. Dimensions of frequency, m0 L0 T minus 1. So dimensions of h will be m1 L square T minus 1. Dimensions of momentum, mass into velocity, m1 L1 T minus 1. I think they are not same, no? So there's a wrong statement. Assertion is false, reason is true. This question based on the units and dimensions, and the ideal node is electric and electric dipole and magnetic dipole moment. So the dimensional formula is ratio of electric dipole moment and magnetic dipole moment. We know the torque equal to mb. Magnetic dipole moment. Electric dipole moment will be Pe, and the torque will have same dimensions. So I'll divide these two. This should be equal to 1. So the electric dipole by magnetic dipole moment. Electric dipole to magnetic dipole will be magnetic field to the ratio of electric field. What is according to the EM waves concept? BC equal to E. The magnetic field, speed of light and electric field strength are related by this. So B by E should be equal to 1 by C. So the dimensions of P by M should be equal to L minus 1 T. M0 M0, L minus 1, T1, and regarding ampere it will be 0. So x minus y, x minus y, x is 0, y equal to minus 1, z equal to 1, and w equal to 0. Okay, fine. Now y will equal to y, x minus y will be 1. Okay, kids, this question belongs to the chapter nuclei, successive disintegration. In a successive nuclear decay, a sample of radioactive nuclei decays into unstable nuclear B, which further disintegrates into stable nuclei C. Which of the following graphs correctly represent the concentration of nuclei as a function of time? We have to calculate the assume concentration of B and C to be 0 initially. They are 0. Initially only A is having N naught nuclei, B and C are right, there is 0. Then with the time, at any time, we have to get the concentration. This is T equal to 0. Na will be, expression for Na will be N naught e to power of minus lambda A. Nc will be, its number will increase. What all Nb decreases, that will be Nc. What about Nb? Nb will be given by N naught lambda B, lambda A minus lambda B. Okay, this, if you go and check it, it will going to increase like this. This graph, NB will be increasing, become maximum, then decreases. A should exponentially decrease. And C, the number of molecules of the C should increase with the time. So this will be your possible graph. Directly successive disintegration. From there you should remember the data. You can't derive all these things. Okay, sir, what about the maximum? How you decide this maximum? At maximum disintegration, lambda A Na should be equal to lambda B Nb. Then the number of molecules of B will be maximum for this condition. This is directly from the topic successive disintegration. You must know all this in exam. We can't derive this. Will take nearly 20 minutes, this equation. So this should be the, as a formula, one must know it. Huh? Okay, now we'll take the next question. Okay, this question belongs to the chapter elasticity, the concept of shearing stress or rigidity modulus, or it is also called as shear modulus. Then according to the definition, F by A by tan theta will be theta. This is theta. Here the force is applied tangentially on this one. And this everything is a surface where the force is applied. Area of cross section, we know it. So it will be like a eta value given 10 to the power of 10, force value 10 to the power of 5, area of cross section pi r square 0.04 whole square into this is theta. Solve for this theta. Theta will be in pi radians, 160 by pi. Okay, then we take the next question. Question belongs to the thermodynamics, the mixture of gases. Here, two adiabatic containers A and B have volume in the ratio 1:2. So the volume VA by VB will be 1/2. The pressure and temperature for gas A is 8 kilopascal, 1000 Kelvin. Here 7 kilopascal, 500 Kelvin. So the valve is opened. The gas will flow from one chamber to other chamber, from one container to other container. The final pressure P and T at equilibrium. This is at equilibrium. Then the number of moles has to be conserved. So here the number of moles Na, Nb. Now it will be Na dash, Nb dash. Na plus Nb equal to Na dash plus Nb dash. Na will be Pa, Va, R, Ta. PB, VB, RTB. NA dash will be PVA, RT. PVB, RT. It's asking to get the final pressure. Huh? So R will get cancelled out. So PA, VA by TA, PB, VB by TB equal, okay, this will be P. PA, VA TA, PB, VB, TB, T by VA plus VB. If you take VA common, PA by TA, VB common will take it. So this will become, okay, we'll take the volume VB common, then this will become PA, TA2 plus PB, TB. Here VA by VB will be 1 by 2. So substituting the pressures, temperatures, we'll get the required answer. Okay, don't solve anything. Now you substitute the values, we'll get the required answer. Okay, then this is about the adiabatic cylinder means what all the energy will be. There will be exchange of heat between the gases in both the chambers only. There's a question based on the chapter thermal expansion and thermal expansion of sheet with calorimetry. Small idea. Consider a rectangular sheet of solid material, L equal 9 D portion, L equal 9 D 4 centimeter. So these are dimensions of sheet. The quotient of linear expansion is alpha at room temperature. Okay, what is the initial temperature? Will be room temperature 300 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere. The pressure is 1 atmosphere. The mass of sheet is, and the specific heat capacity given 900 joule per kg per Kelvin. If amount of heat supplied to the material, amount of heat it is amount of heat supplied to the material is 8.1 in 10 to the power of 2 joule. The change in area of the sheet. Okay, now I supply the heat. Q equal to M CV, or say this is specific heater, C delta T. Then this change in temperature will lead to the change in area. Both this will be is asking the change in area of the sheet. So L1 is equal to L into 1 plus alpha delta T. D1 equal to D into 1 plus alpha delta T. So we'll get the final area. The initial area is L into D. The final area is L1 into D. Okay, fine. So this will be the L into D 1 plus alpha delta T. Directly, if you do the approximations, everything. So this will be, sir, how come this one? So here alpha will be very small. Alpha is very small. So therefore we can write it in this way. Now, what is delta T? Substitute this value. So here if I solve it, A equal to LD1 plus alpha, delta T will be Q by MC. Substitute all the values, we'll get the area, new area. The change in area, okay, we'll do one thing. There's a new area, no? The change in area they're asking. A2 is equal to, this will be A into 1 plus alpha Q by MC. Delta A is equal to, alpha very small, I'll write it here. This should be equal to, delta A should be equal to A alpha Q by MC. So what is A equal to? LD alpha Q MC. Where C is the specific heat. Substitute all these values, will get the answer. And this will be your answer. Little bit lengthy calculations are there. Now you can manage. Okay, kids, we had the paper discussion. 4th April, shift to evening, JEE Mains 2025. You see, when I'm solving, there are some 4 or 5 questions which you have to think. The basic formulas you have to analyze. The remaining easy and moderate questions you are manageable. So therefore, a simple message to everyone: you start reading. There are 20 to 21 questions in every paper you can manage very easily. The remaining 4-5, it all depends upon your conceptual level of thinking. You not to be panic. Whatever the paper be tough, easy or moderate, there are 20 questions, just they are based on what you read. Got the point? 20 questions, what you read. So just directly based on the theory, formulas, concepts. Only 5 questions where you have to think, analyze, you have to get the idea, you have to put some effort. Why to panic? The 20 questions are there, 20 into 8, like a 20 into 4, 80, 3 subjects, 240. You will enter into NITs. You will get very good rank. There is one basic strategy what you should follow. So maintain the coolness in exam. There are 20 questions which are going to come based on what you write. Therefore, there is one confidence, background confidence should be there with you. Okay, fine. So let me end up the class. All the best for students who are writing April 7th and 8th shifts. Okay, fine. Everyone, all the best. Revise all the things, what all forgotten, recollect, and believe in the things that what you write, that only will come. And around 20 questions are easily manageable. Okay, all the best, kids. Okay, take care. Bye. See you. So we'll meet tomorrow, around afternoon or evening. We'll discuss the 7th, the shift 1 and shift 2 paper. Thank you all of you. Thank you for great support.